Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Hello, welcome again to Real Do-It-Yourself Build. What we're going to do today is we're going to build a garden wall, a small garden wall. If you come through, I'll show you why. What we're going to do, where the extension is, coming forward from the extension, we're going to level the ground and put small stones on it. What we've got here though is next doors have got a small retaining wall and their drive is slightly higher than ours. Now the retaining wall, as you can see over the years, it's moved a little bit. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to undermine that by levelling this. So what we're going to do is build a small retaining wall all the way down, and then we're going to fill that with soil, and then we're going to plant plants in it, and it'll give us a really nice looking border for our floor. But to all intents and purposes, so the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to dig the foundation. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to set our distance so that we've just got 18 inches between the old retaining wall and our new foundation. We're going to dig all the way along, and then we're going to fill that foundation with concrete ready to build our wall on it. And here we go, this foundation being dug. Oops. Yeah, it's quite wet, but just conscious of trying to get nice and square. Just get the hole dug first. Okay, so we've dug the foundation down, and what we've done is we've worked out how much concrete we want in, and along the length of the foundation I've put spikes in, which will mean that when we do put the concrete in, we'll be level all the way along, so it'll make it much easier when we come to building the wall later on. So that's the foundation dug. Next we are going to start mixing the concrete, and we're going to do a 5-to-1 mix of ballast and cement, and we're going to use that as the foundation for our wall. So all we're doing is mixing up the concrete, and we're pouring it in, and we are actually casting the foundation. You can see that we're working to the height of the screws, and once we get a little bit along, what we'll do then is we'll use the level and a nice piece of flat wood to level the top and make it all nice and smooth. It's a little bit awkward because we're tight for space, but it's working well. Tamped down nicely. Measure. Marginal maybe. Come all the way along. So that's the foundation in. What we'll do now is, that's nice and level, we've checked it. It's reasonably flat, so what we'll and smooth, so it's ready to take the mortar and the bricks. What we'll do now is we'll leave that 3 or 4 days, and then we'll come back and we'll mark up, and weather permitting, we'll start to lay the bricks.
So to start the process, we'll put a little bit of mortar at each end and laid 1 brick at each end of the foundation, I'm going to level these up and set them up correctly so that I can put a line between the two and then work to the line to make the wall.
Okay, so we've got the line in, and all I'm going to do now is put the first row of bricks straight onto the foundation. So let's get on with that. Nice bed of mortar down there. Okay, there we go. First one going in, second one going in at this end, I should say. Just work to that line. Reuse anything that's left. On the side, perfect. Just going to carry on that process all the way down. And every now and again we'll just check the level of that bubble, spirit level. Be careful not to drag too much soil in. While we're doing that. And these bricks are facing bricks as well, so there's a back and there's a front. You can tell because the holes are slightly off centre as well, with the biggest bit to the front or to the face of the brick. So we've got to make sure that we're putting them in the right way round. Okay, what we're doing now is we're just having a little strengthening bit, a little buttress sticking out the side of the wall. So as the wall comes down, we've got a little strengthening piece here. We're going to have two bricks side by side, and in the next row a single brick will sit across the top, and we'll have a building tie in the middle. And that will just give it a little bit of rigidity, a little bit of strength against the soil when we put the soil in. I'll show you how that looks when we get a little bit further down. In there, which just goes under where the fence is going to be, so we can work up towards that. spot on.
Other way. Turn it up. Yeah.
Spotted. Check it nice and square at the end. Yep, absolutely perfect. Okay, so that's the first row done. We'll just carry on, put the next row on, get our line on, next row, and soon we'll be up to height and we'll be able to backfill and get our plants in.
So in exactly the same as the first row, carefully set out each end, put a line between them, and then work to the line to build up subsequent rows, and just keep on with the same process until you're at the height you want.
So you can see the mortar now, how well it spreads as we're putting it on. It's nice and it's a nice soft consistency, and you can see that it's going to produce a nice furrow down the middle, clean off nicely. So that's our wall completed now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a row of engineering bricks on the top in order to seal it and protect it. The engineering bricks are very water resistant, and that means that they won't absorb water and then freeze over the next couple of years, so it should really protect the wall. Okay, so these are the engineering bricks I'm going to use. They're solid and they're blue, so they'll match the wall that we did earlier. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set out at this end, so that I'll just put a couple on with the spirit level, and then I'll put one down the other end as well, and then we'll be able to put a line between them and then put the rest of the blocks on with the line. So the first one I'm going to put on is right on this corner, and when you look at these, they have a stamp on one side, so you've got to make sure that the good face is on the outside when you put them on. And all I'm going to do is put that in place. Just tap it down, and I'm going to use my square. I'm going to use my level to make sure that that's absolutely spot on. in exactly the right place, because this is the one that's going to set up our final row. There, and that's that one. So if we just put the next one on behind that supported. On there. And then being careful that we don't put the side on that's got the stamp on the outside. Just very, very quickly come along here, working to the line, provided we work to the line and we are level, we know that that's going to be absolutely spot on. And there we go, perfectly level. Oops. You can see the stamp just there, and that's the grading, I believe, for the engineering brick. So that's the retaining wall completed. We'll get that backfilled and we'll get our plants in there ready for the spring. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.